What's up guys, the Lazy Gold Maker here. Today we're going to talk about resetting, something a lot of people love to think about when they're trying to get into gold making. On Sunday, 3 days ago, I spent 1.3 million gold. I bought out the entire market of Chronocloth quality 3 bolts. Was it worth it? We'll take a look at the case study, how it worked out for me, and my thoughts on what you should do if you want to try this. 180k average. You only live once, yeah, okay. Let's friggin' pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Now, I can't, in good conscience, go into a video about resets without telling you right off the bat, this is one of the riskiest things you can potentially do in gold making. This is the number one way people make gold, or lose gold. Not make gold, the one way where people lose large amounts of gold. Just search mistake on Reddit, you'll find so many things of people just trying to reset or trying to invest in a material and the price moves against them. And they end up losing a ton of gold. Now, some of you might even be wondering hey, Mr. Lazy Goldmaker, what's a reset? Reset means that you're buying out some or most or all of a material on the auction house to then drive up the price. So you would buy out all of the, well, you could right now, you could potentially buy out all of these for an average price of 700 gold, and you could try selling them for 900 gold. That's the general idea of a reset. You're buying everything below a certain price point so you can sell it for a higher price point. So what I did on Sunday was I bought, 1600 Chronocloth bolt for 780 gold average. And as you can see now, the price is lower than when I bought, so maybe this wasn't the best idea. Now, why did I buy Chronocloth bolts? Why did I buy Chronocloth bolts? Number one, Awakened Order had been expensive for a while, and it's still fairly expensive. It's like 700 gold. It was 750 on Sunday, and it had been stable at that high price for a while. So my logic was, right now it's unprofitable to craft quality 3 bolts, so it's or to craft bolts because you can only get the quality 3 with inspiration, so that's an opportunity. Then I only needed to pay 1.3 million. Only 1.3 million is obviously a decent chunk of gold, but I have more than 60 million gold on Draenor, so this is not something that's gonna beggar me. So my risk was relatively limited. I paid 1.3 million. I bought them for an average price of 780 gold, and I started posting them at 1200. So that's for 50% increase in price, which means I don't need to sell all of them. I need to sell, well, I was thinking I was going to sell most of them, or like maybe half of them for 50% more, and then I'd sell some as the price gradually went down, and then sell the last like 25-30% of them for roughly what I bought them for a slight loss, and then make out ahead. That isn't what turned out, but that was the general idea. And the other reason why I focused on Chronocloth bolts and why I chose this item, and I've been looking at it for a while, is because you can't mass craft this. You can only craft this if you have the cooldown recipe. You can only craft 30 at a time, and with inspiration you're gonna maybe proc like maybe 10 of them are gonna be Chronocloth quality 3 bolts. So you can't mass craft this. You can only craft this if you actually have tailors ready to go, and not everyone's gonna do that. So what has happened with this reset? Well, as you can see here, I have 380k in sales so far, and I sold on Sunday. I sold about 300,000 gold worth of these, just sitting there controlling the market essentially for 3 hours until I had to go to bed. I was getting probably 90% of the sales during that time period, but I've so far only sold about 400 of the 1600 I bought. So I still have 3/4 of mine left to sell, and the price has moved against me now. So based on current prices, I'm probably gonna lose gold, lose like 100k. If the current price is what I end up selling the rest at, I'll lose about 100k. So it didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? Well, the things you need to know when you're trying to reset the market is how quickly can other people flood the market. I had full control of that. I knew that people wouldn't be able to flood this, and I also thought that it's very unlikely that people have large stockpiles of quality 3 Chronocloth bolt. Generally been better to just sell it as you craft it, because the price has been trending downwards long term, which is what I expected anyway. And then the other question is, can you sell enough stock to guarantee a profit before the price returns to the normal price? And that's where I was wrong. So for 3 hours on Sunday, I was controlling the market, probably getting 95% of the sales on EU, something like that. And I still only managed to sell like 300 of the 1600 I'd bought, which just meant that my risk is immense, because by the time you can no longer sit and camp the auction house, the price is probably gonna start going down quickly. And obviously when I stopped selling on Sunday, it was like 11 in the evening, so no one's online anymore. The sale rate was really slow at the end. So I did not have full control of, like, I did not know how fast this sold. I overestimated the sale rate quite significantly, just based on the fact that when I was posting like one-offs of these, they were mostly selling, but I just didn't consider how much time it would need to sell these 1600, and so I got a little bit burned. But I mean, I just fired because I wanted to make a video about resets anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna lose a little bit of gold. I think the idea was, well, I had half the equation correct, and then did not have enough knowledge about the exact sale rates of these and how hard or easy it is to move them at volume. So right now I'm just hoping that maybe with the reset, more people are gonna craft something with quality 3, and I can sell them for for slightly less. Maybe I can sell some for 850 around the reset if Awakened Order spikes up again, which I don't see it spiking up that much. Maybe it's going to be 750, 700 with the reset. We'll see. But it's not looking too bright. in terms of making a profit from this, because the price is now lower than when I bought. If it was 780 and I was selling the rest at break even, then obviously we would make it. But yeah. Anyway, I don't have anything better to do with the leftover stock than just posting it at the current price, by the way, because I have so much stuff, so I just need to get rid of it, because long term the price is just going down. So yeah, that was my foray into resetting, showing that, yes, it's generally speaking one of the hardest things to do correctly in gold making. I do very little of it because usually I don't have time to sit and camp on the auction house for long enough to sell off my stock, and that was the case this time as well, compounded by the fact that I overestimated the sale rate. But that's life. I learn, I make mistakes with my gold, and you don't have to make it with yours. If you want to do resets, you need to be sure that people can't just flood the market behind you, that people are unlikely to have large stockpiles, or that the sale rate is so high that it doesn't really matter. So that's essentially it. Generally speaking, it's only for people who really love like sitting on the auction house and manipulating prices. That's not me. So I'll probably not do it again outside of Classic, where I think it's a lot easier, but on the region-wide auction house, this is a risk factor, that's for sure. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me lose even more gold. That's sort of what I'm doing this expansion, apparently, but this one I think is fairly educational for a lot of you. So yeah, good luck in your endeavors, and we'll see you on the next video.